Okay, so welcome everyone. Today is a very, very big day. I encouraged everyone today to show up live if they could because we've got some big announcements to go over. I'm going to briefly cover our morning announcements again because we have had hundreds more people join us since yesterday. So thank you all again for inviting everyone that you're inviting. This is great. So this week has been incredible so far. We still have people registering in droves, and our Facebook group has more than quadrupled in size. So absolutely blown away with the response. So thank you all for everyone as well who's been sending me private messages, sending me emails, just thanking me, telling me how much you're liking this, and just your feedback on things. It's really helped us shape this event into something that you can all benefit from. Now, today is a tiny little bit different. All week, we've been covering issues with conventional medicine, identifying aggravators and the root causes of your issues, and discussing the first 4 elements of the Hache Protocol. Which was a recap: stress reduction, nutrition, fitness, and sleep. Today is not only the day that your pain journey will transform, as we teach you all about the 5th and most important element of the Hache Protocol, but I'm also going to be opening the doors to our brand new program. So make sure you stay on until the end because there is a special gift for the first 50 people. I mentioned that yesterday as well. If you are brand new, and I do see some new faces here, please text Leo. My team will drop his number in Zoom and in the Facebook chat as well. Really, Leo and our phenomenal team, they're going to help you get caught up to answer any questions you may have. You should also go back and watch the replays. These are going to be available until March 1st at 5 p.m. So you're not going to have missed out on any of that. For those of you joining us for the first time today, I am Dr. Rob Vanbergen. I am a doctor of natural medicine and a doctor of humanitarian services, and I hold a PhD in natural medicine as well. I'm one of the founders of Pain Free for Life, and I have been the host and will continue to be the host for the 5-day Jumpstart. So welcome once again to everyone live and everyone watching the replay. If you're new or if you just didn't get to introduce yourself yet, please take a moment to do so. Use the chat or go on chat and Facebook as well. Let me know where you're from, who you are, what you're hoping to achieve here, and drop a hashtag live or hashtag replay in that chat as well, just so I know whereabouts you were when we were chatting. I also want to note that though this is a Zoom meeting, not a webinar, everyone is muted. And we've hidden the video throughout the meeting so that there are no interruptions and that we can get a clean recording that everybody could hear. That was based on feedback from people. The muting's always been the case, but the videos, we just wanted to make sure that people could see. And apparently some people were having the slides blocked by all of the faces. So that issue is being resolved. Now, I will share this reminder for new people as well. 3 important pieces of information. Replays. You can access these, you can access your workbook, and you can access your Facebook access. I'd really encourage you to get on there. PFFL jumpstartreplays.com. Okay. Do not share this link with friends, please. This is only for people who have registered for the event. If you want to get on Zoom instead of watching on Facebook Live, PFFL jumpstartzoom.com. And again, my team should have dropped Leo's number in the chat, but if they haven't, you can text Leo 415-688-2045. Leo is the Jumpstart concierge. He is there to help you, and I highly encourage you to connect with him to make sure you can get the full experience. I also think people really should get in the Facebook group. You can go to the PFFL jumpstartreplays.com and you should be able to get in there as well. Okay, you can watch the replays, you can chat in there. The real big benefit to the Facebook group is being able to interact on homework. I actually get to see your homework questions and interact with you as well. And seeing more event info, of course, Zoom is not set up to share. So make sure you answer the 3 questions. There's like security questions to get into the Facebook group. If not, my team will be or has been following up with you. So check your private messages on there. Also, make sure you accept your friend request from Leo. It's Leo Pain Free. Should be pretty obvious where he's coming from. He can then support you through Messenger. Now, I know people have been asking lots of questions as well. Please save these questions for the Q&A. There will be a Q&A, but I have to keep on a schedule here so that we can make sure we get through everything. One last thing is that if you do want to invite your friends, there's a guides section on Facebook. You can just press the guides button and it will take you to an invite and graphic in there that you'll be able to send out to people. They do need to register if they want to join. Okay, I think we are ready to dive in. Okay, I wish there was a button you could press it, which is I'll do it for you. So welcome, day 4 of the Jumpstart, the secret to resolving pain permanently, microcurrent. Yesterday, we introduced the first 4 elements of the Hache Protocol. We talked about stress reduction, nutrition, fitness, and sleep, and we discussed how vital these elements actually can be in resolving pain and how they actually interact with each other, right? We talked about that fundamental need for them to interface with each other in order to really balance everything out. I also asked everyone to use the homework section of their workbook to rate on a scale of 1 to 10 how you've incorporated these elements to this day and where you might see some improvement. Now, I did see so many people put their homework in Facebook, and I was able to review some of it, but I was not able to respond to anyone. I will be responding to them. I want to look at them properly. I just ran out of time yesterday, so I do apologize for that. But I could see in what I was looking through that many people had, just as I suspected, a glaring error in their thing. There was one thing that they did not do. That is usually the case. One element falls out of place, everything falls into chaos. So let's keep that in mind as we move through this today. Now that we've covered these first 4 elements, I am super excited to introduce you to the 5th element, microcurrent therapy, and all that it can do for the body. For many people, this is the missing link. Without this element, pain resolution is often out of reach for many people. But what is it, and what does it do? So the 5th and final element of the Hache Protocol is microcurrent therapy. So far, we've talked about elements that are all impactful on the body. And you might be thinking that this is very different from anything we talked about yesterday or any of the other days, because this isn't natural, right? Maybe it's artificial. We're doing something different. With the other elements, we're talking about innate body systems. We're talking about stress. We're talking about exercise to increase circulation. We're talking about nutrition to make sure we're feeding the body, and sleep to make sure that we're allowing it to repair. So what is this microcurrent, and why would we be chatting about it today? What if I told you, though, that microcurrent is actually already a system within your body? It's a body that is tuned to a frequency, to a waveform, and it's driving every action that is governed by your nervous system. There's a huge, huge amount of this going through your body. And if you recall, when I talked about action potential, we talked about the millivoltage of the microvolts of the actual cells and how they need to increase that voltage in order to be able to actually achieve action potential and regenerate. So the body electric is a concept and an amazing book, by the way. If anyone wants a good read, pick up The Body Electric. As I have mentioned over these last few days, we are electric beings. Every one of the trillions and trillions of cells within our body relies on electrical energy. Our nervous system is like a network of power cables, transferring electricity to the various systems, commanding the body to make change. And the brain, the operating tool in charge of it all, sends its orders in the form of electrical frequencies through these systems to make direct change. Our human bodies, again, this is a callback to day 2 here. Our human bodies were designed to heal. Fundamentally, they have that capability, right? We were not meant to suffer in endless, unrelenting pain. I taught that on day 2. We also talked about persistent inflammation. And when persistent inflammation, persistent scar tissue, and unnecessary medications are actually placed within the body, what we're doing is we're creating an environment in which the electrical system cannot communicate due to blockages. These blockages prevent electrical signals getting through. So like a cell phone with bad reception that has dropped calls, right? You're consistently not able to talk to the person on the other end. Your body is not getting the messages it needs. Now, a lot of this can come down to a tissue level, right? Injuries, damage that we've experienced from whatever has happened to us can actually impact the strength of the fascial tissue. A tear in a muscle has to be repaired by our body. And when our body repairs it not with the original tissue that it was there, but it kind of stitches it together with what is known as scar tissue. Scar tissue is a super important component of microcurrent therapy because when you're looking to a body that is fully electric, a body that allows you to send these signals throughout it and signal it to make all of these positive changes, what you're really looking at is a body that is a perfect canvas of electricity. All of the wires are going to the right place and there's no problems at all. When you start to look at scar tissue, you're actually looking at a body that has damage to it. And though that damage has healed in a way, the scar tissue itself is actually preventing us from making the communications that we need to make. The reason for this, and I'll try to keep it explained as easily as I can, is that our tissue, as many of you probably are aware, we are made up largely of water. Right? We're water-bound beings. We have a lot of water in our body and our cells. And when we become dehydrated, we get very sick. We're unable to actually function. And we will eventually, with only a few days in, die of dehydration. So this is because not only does the water nourish our body, but it also provides the conductivity that's needed within the tissue for the nervous system to actually operate, for the signals to be sent, and for the body to function. When you actually take scar tissue, when you damage your body, when you look at a section of scar tissue is not able to take on water like the rest of tissue. So the collagen within it no longer attracts all of that water. What this means is that this tissue would be like trying to pass electricity through rubber. It's not a conductive material, right? And so you're not able to get the electricity through it. So when a signal comes from this direction and it goes to try and pass through that tissue, it hits it, and either it tries to go around it or it gets absorbed by it. Scar tissue actually acts as a capacitor that can store electricity up to a handful of volts, more than, you're talking like hundreds, thousands of millivolts more than tissue should have in it. So scar tissue ends up acting like a little capacitor that absorbs all of this electricity and stores it within it and doesn't allow it to go anywhere. But the body, again, the brain is sitting there saying, I sent the signal to turn off the pain. Done. That's my job. But when that signal gets stuck on the way there, it's not going to think, oh, I should probably send another signal because that didn't make it through. Maybe it will a few times, but eventually it will cause breakdown. Because this blockage is going to, like a beaver dam, it's eventually going to stop the flow of the river entirely. So when our tissue is no longer able to conduct electricity, we're in trouble. And this is where microcurrent can kind of step in. It works as a way to step up and actually take control of the system within the body. Not only does treatment with microcurrent stimulate the body's natural functions, providing electrons to free radicals and neutralizing them before they can create and feed disease, but it also enhances circulation in the body by up to 480%. And that's something we've actually measured on people. So it's providing a healthy environment for healing. The circulation is moving, the junk's getting cleared out, and everything is starting to get better. That increased circulation will improve the nutritional flow of everything. You can make sure that the minerals and vitamins that you're consuming are getting to the right place and enabling the body to actually rebuild and heal. Free radicals are something that we should also talk about here a little bit more in depth, because when free radicals are allowed in your body, my dad describes these as the drunk cousin at a wedding who's just in it to, like, hook up with a girl and just creates chaos and no one really wants them there. The person that, is estranged but shows up and causes all this chaos. That's what a free radical is. There's something inserted into an environment that shouldn't be there. And they're really looking for a partner. A free radical is missing electrons. It wants something to hang out with. So what does it do? It bashes everything around in your body. It creates chaos, and it causes illness and disease. Now, ultimately, when you're putting microcurrent into the body, you're actually adding electrons into the body, which allows the free radicals to pair up and to no longer be a hassle. So this can actually prevent the onset of issues like this as well, and also prevent that issue of channelopathies that we talked about on day 2 and in the recap yesterday. But when you also go past just adding in basic electricity and you look at frequencies that we might be able to use, you start to be able to talk to the body in its own language. You're actually sending in anti-inflammatory signals directly through the skin and into the site, and it just feels like a little tingle on the skin. But ultimately, as that electricity enters the body, the nervous system is taking it on and considering it signals from the body itself. Part of the process here is just to make sure that the body believes it is the thing asking for the treatment, because then we're not doing it artificially anymore, right? We're harnessing a system in the body. Let me just, I left some white space in the corner here so that I can draw. Now, when you're talking about the body and the waveforms that it likes to use, it'll use what we call sine waves, right? So it'll look kind of like this. Nice little waves, no sharp edges. It's a very natural, essentially, body waveform. It is how our cells and body communicate. And you'll see this on meters in the hospital, right? That is the shape that things make. Now, when you're looking at a lot of electrical equipment like TENS devices, for example, you're dealing with issues where the waveform is very cheaply made. You'll notice you can pick up a TENS unit for like $25 in some places. Now, this is because what will happen is a TENS unit is programmed very simply, and they will often end up with square waves. So you can see these do not look natural, but they're easy to program. It's very, very easy to program straight lines. Now, the body is going to accept the frequencies, it's going to accept the current, but what it is not going to accept is the waveform. So at first, maybe it will just be confused, but given time, it's going to see this waveform right here as a threat. And it is going to look at that as this is not something I should listen to. And eventually, it's not going to anymore. That will mean that the body is actually creating a false resistance to the electricity, because even though the signals are right, the waveforms are wrong. It would be like speaking French to an English person who's no idea how to say anything in French. You're essentially speaking 2 different languages. And when that happens, the body is unable to actually get involved in the microcurrent process, because it may get the gist of what it's being asked to do, but it's not really going to get it in a full way. So speaking to the body in its own language, this is the waveform component here. Sinusoidal waves, challenging to program, but the only way we're going to actually resolve problems by working with the body and actually getting it to make the change. So part of this is all about correcting the body's terrain. As the current enters, the body registers the specific frequencies as its own commands, and it initiates its natural healing protocols, essentially shutting down inflammation, triggering regeneration, activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which is what brings us out of fight or flight mode, and eliminates stress, and improving body function. So depending on the issue, these corrections can take minutes, days, weeks, sometimes even months, because we have to remember that healing, just like chronic pain, is a journey. You may have been walking down the path of chronic pain for years, decades even, and we need to turn around. There's a long way back. It doesn't mean it's going to take like years to actually functionally get back from chronic pain that's existed for decades, but it does take time in some cases. And unfortunately, everybody is different. I have people that respond, as I said, immediately, and it's much easier to do that from an acute phase than it is a chronic phase. But the truth is that given time, correcting your body electric enhancing it with the Hache protocol and making sure all those elements are done, those are the things that's going to make the corrections within your physical body, restore that terrain to normal, and allow the healing to actually take place. You will then be ready and able to live a pain-free life, but you need to get things fixed. We've been doing a lot of damage. There's a lot of scorched earth in there that we need to repair before we can get to that point. So microcurrent solutions. So I often kind of get asked this because there's a lot of stuff out there about one-size-fits-all treatments. And again, these fall into the pharmaceutical model. It's easy to believe that, oh, it's just this one thing that's going to work for everyone. But that really is not the case. When we work to incorporate microcurrent into someone's treatment protocol, we're talking about home use microcurrent therapy and looking at individual protocols for each condition with a focus on working to clear the body of whatever blockages they are experiencing energetically and functionally shutting inflammation down. Now, some protocols, these will work for everyone, like vagus nerve stimulation. If vagus nerve stimulation is there to shut down inflammation around your body, that is what it does, and it puts you in a parasympathetic state. That is something that everyone can benefit from. But the important thing is that specialized protocols can be created to meet individual needs as those arise. Again, individualized healthcare is what I believe in. It has to be about you. It has to incorporate your history. It has to incorporate everything that we've learned this week about you if we want to make these changes. Now, vagus nerve stimulation is just one treatment that can curb the body's inflammatory response in as little as 3 minutes, improve digestion, reduce stress, and enable vasodilation, and in turn, the improved circulation that comes with it. This is the widening of the blood vessels, sort of like opening up a hose pipe so that more can come out. So let's go over a few examples of general treatment, because I don't want to say that there aren't general treatment protocols, because there absolutely are. And I'm just going to go over a few examples here to explain the differences. Now, the following treatments actually can have a massive impact on the body on a cellular level and its ability to combat not only inflammation, but also channelopathies through the addition of electrons to help the body reach its threshold. And if you recall, the body needs to reach that threshold in order for cells to regenerate and function normally. Not only that, but also to communicate effectively. Now, these are general protocols, right? But each would be applied in different situations. So mitochondrial recharge, vagus nerve stimulation, and grounding are all very core treatments, and they're in our core treatment section, essentially. Now, this would mean that functionally, these have a purpose on helping the general body, and they're not focused on a specific condition. But each of these, to me, would apply in different situations. A first example would be mitochondrial recharge. Now, mitochondrial recharge is about putting more electricity into the body to eliminate free radicals, improve your body's energy, work on things like adrenal fatigue, and actually functionally really give your cells the energy they need to replicate and function, getting them to that action potential. So I would not recommend mitochondrial recharge for everyone. Most people will benefit from mitochondrial recharge, but people that are in a high state of electrical sensitivity will probably not benefit from mitochondrial recharge because they probably have too many electrons already, too much electricity in their body at such a high level of frequency. So this is, again, an example, core protocol, but probably could use some guidance to make sure it's working for people. Vagus nerve stimulation, that sits right in the middle, really, because to me, anyone and everyone can benefit from vagus nerve. Everyone has daily stresses in their lives. Everybody has, digestive issues from time to time. All of the elements of the Hache protocol can kind of be like woven in with the benefits of vagus nerve stimulation. So this, for example, vagus nerve, is a protocol I would end up recommending to any and everyone that wanted to go through it, right? It would just be excellent for people to use. And then grounding is kind of on the opposite end of the mitochondrial recharge. Instead of putting more energy into the body, we're trying to bring the energy levels down to a really low natural energy level. So if someone was, again, super sensitive to electricity, they had hypersensitivity, I would recommend grounding over mitochondrial recharge, because you don't need more electricity. You need to lower the volume of the electricity. And grounding would enable people to do that. So these are the sorts of things that we would need to build into an individual needs protocol. And that is something that we do. We would work with people to make sure that they are actually getting the needs, the things they need done, and adjusting the protocol to their needs. It's not something that we would ever expect people to do alone. So what can it really achieve? So honestly, resolving pain, that is the main thing that we're looking for. That is the main thing that we function with. Working as well on autoimmune conditions. This one is huge. This actually works on most eye conditions too. Vagus nerve stimulation is great. Of course, this can be done with this. Improving your sleep and stress, working on mental health concerns, stimulating acupuncture points, clearing scar tissue and actually enabling it to take on water again so that it can actually conduct the electricity and get things moving. Even enhancing the immune system and communicating with the brain directly to actually get it involved in the healing process, get it back in the loop, because it's often forgotten that it was supposed to be there, right? So we really want to tie it all together though. Every interactive element of the Hache protocol that we have discussed this week is critical, but microcurrent itself is the thing that has the power to be able to knit broken elements back together. Not only does it nurture cells, reduce inflammation just by itself, but it can improve the body's capability to absorb nutrition, right? If you have an inflamed gut, you are not going to be able to have your digestion function normally. If you're constipated, it's not functioning normally. Stimulating the vagus nerve can make change there. There's lots of microcurrent protocols that can make changes in absorbing nutrition. It can shift you out of fight or flight mode and get you calm, de-stressed. It can improve ATP production, which helps with your body's capability to exercise. ATP is adenosine triphosphate. It's like your cellular energy. So really, it will improve your cellular energy. It can recharge your adrenal glands. We talked about this yesterday, right? When your adrenal glands get shot, essentially, you no longer have the capability to handle stress in the same way. And it can even manipulate your brain waves to improve poor sleep and actually pay back some sleep debt. Now, this therapy is the magic bullet of the Hache protocol. And when all other elements are tied together and ready to go, this is the thing that will restore homeostasis to the body, but only once we've made sure all of those changes are in play. Okay, so the Hache protocol reset. This is my special announcement for the day, or one of many, and there's a lot going on here. So I'm going to actually explain this program, how it works, and everything involved in it. And if I can't do all of that in the next 15 to 20 minutes, we will have a Q&A session in 30 minutes where you'll be able to ask me all the questions you have about it, okay? So this is something we have been working on for a very long time. Same with this Jumpstart. It's something that's been in our minds. It's something we knew we needed. It's something that is being requested. And to me, this is the culmination of the work that my parents started and the demand from our wonderful community. I want to introduce the comprehensive program that can work for anyone, and that includes all 5 elements of the Hache protocol. This program is self-paced. It has video lectures covering the elements of the protocol, weaving it all together. The program includes access to tons of resources that I'm going to go over in the next few slides. Okay, so first off, constantly, right? There's loads of requests for different diet examples, for guides to supplements. What supplements should I take? Should I not be taking? This is not a small topic, guys. These are things that we have included. We got the detox diets, supplement guides, exercise suggestions for, small impact or high impact, small effort exercises that are suitable for people in chronic pain. Comprehensive workbooks. I want to show just for a second here. This is the workbook from the reset, from the Jumpstart that we're doing right now. You can see how small that is. This is the workbook for the reset that I'm talking about now. Do you see how much more content is in there? It is filled to the brim with things, supplement guides, detox guides. It's a big, big project, and includes stress reduction activities and natural and effective sleep aids, as well as microcurrent, of course. I've got all of that in there too. Really, everything we've been scratching the surface of for these last few days has been broken down into 12 comprehensive modules, all taught by me. Microcurrent users, new and old, will also get access to their own treatment coordinator for the duration of the program at no additional charge, to help them fine-tune the protocols and make sure they have their one-on-one guidance in the form of these comprehensive and individualized treatment plans. This is something that I am the most proud of everything that we've done over the last few years, is being able to build a team that can support people as individuals and not just send general protocols to everyone. This is the dream, because this enables us to look at all of your history. It enables us to get involved and actually figure out what's going on and be there as your practitioners. Now, you'll also be able to access 6 live Q&A sessions, each lasting between 60 and 90 minutes each, and including replays, so people who can't attend, to seek guidance and work with our team on resolving your issues as well. We will walk with you step by step to guide you and help you through the process and get the results you deserve and become pain-free for life. This program is a 90-day reset. That is what we have scheduled it as. We set the goal of this program to be done over 90 days, but of course it is self-paced. This is close to the turnover rate of cells, which is actually 120 days, which means once you've initiated these changes and you've started to implement them, we're giving the body enough time for the cells to actually regenerate and refresh and be detoxified. This will make sure that they are ready to go, the nurturing of all of the elements of the Hache Protocol. So the goal here is that after 90 days, you'll be well on your way to success with the Hache Protocol for pain resolution and microcurrent therapy. And in fact, we fully expect to see early success stories, because I see these all the time. You're going to gain access to helpful tools and techniques that can revolutionize your natural pain resolution treatment plan. The amount of times people have to ask, what supplements should I take? You will no longer have to ask that. It's all laid out for you. What about diets? I'm not throwing a one diet in there and saying you have to do this diet. It's the only one that's going to work. I have multiple options of diets that are there to make sure that you're actually able to find one that will work for you. This was a big complaint in the homework for people that were trying to deal with nutrition. Is everyone says, oh, I have to go vegan if I want to be able to heal. Organic vegan, that's the only way to do it. And that's just not sustainable for me. No, it's not sustainable for everyone. And it is for some, and it's great when it works, but people need options. That's offered in here as well. We really want to work to building a strong foundation in advanced microcurrent healing technologies as well. So you will feel comfortable. You will know how to use this equipment and what to do with it, no matter how tech savvy you may be. What about time investment? So I'm saying it's a 90-day program. Does that mean I have to get on every day for 90 days? No, absolutely not. Again, this is a self-paced program. The Jumpstart is 5 days, and then we are pretty much done with the content, right? We're done with all of this basic workbook. We got through our homework, and it's more time limited because it's done live. Now, ultimately, we understand that people lead busy lives. I know a lot of people took time off work this week to be able to fit this in. And there's a lot of concern, I'm sure, that you're going to have to spend a big amount of time in a program like this. But the truth is that we're really looking at you investing under 10 hours a month in the course, and you're going to be well on your way to resolution. Again, this is self-paced, so you can spend the time as you have the time. Some people, they're going to whip through this in a couple of weeks because they're just going to do it all. Other people are going to want it to be slower and self-paced and get through it in that time. So it's totally up to you how long it takes you to get through it. Now, again, you can take longer than 90 days. Like, that's not impossible as well. But our goal is to set those goalposts for you and say within 90 days, you are going to be feeling better. You're going to be getting there. Now, so much of the work we've discussed these last few days has been done for you, right? All this stuff that I've talked about, being able to deal with the nutritional guides and the supplements, the diet, all of this stuff is laid out and there. You don't have to think about it. This is super, super important because this allows you to take the guesswork out of things and focus on just getting better, which is what you should always be able to do. Now, if you already know that this is right for you, you can sign up for the program right now. If you have an Evolution or a Pinnacle, then you are equipped and ready to go, and you can just sign up for the program today. If you're ready to get started, but you don't have a device yet, then you are in luck. We do have an option for that as well. Not only are we offering a bundle, including our most popular microcurrent device, the Avasia Life Evolution, and the Reset course that has savings for paying in full, but we're also offering a payment plan that will get you the device and the course as well. We've never offered this before. We've never offered a payment plan. We've not been able to, but we have a system where you'd be able to get the Evolution and the course and be on a payment plan so that you don't have to pay it all up front. Now, ultimately, there is a lot to go through here, so let's just keep moving along. So when does the course start, and is there a registration deadline? I'm sure these are going to be questions we'll get. Now, although this course is self-paced, the course starts on March 6th if you register. So you'll be able to get started after a brief break from this program, which I think everyone should take some time and analyze what they've got after they've registered before they dive into the new content anyway, because we've got a lot that we've done this week in general. Due to the support we try to give our clients and in interest of making sure that everyone gets the attention they need, registration is limited, okay? This is to keep it manageable for our team. The doors to purchase will close on March 1st at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then because we're going to have the student base in there, we're going to have the people in there that need to be there, we're not going to open it up to new people until that reset is at the very least complete, okay? So once you're in, but if you're not in, you won't be able to get in. It will no longer be accessible to purchase at that point. Now, not only is this course only available for a limited time, but for people on the Jumpstart with me this week who register, you're going to receive access to some extra bonus content as well. First off, we'll get to pricing in a minute here, but you can save an additional 10% on any of the programs. I think it's the pay in full, the payment plan and the device. I think it's all in there. Write that code down. PFFL Jump 0223, or hit up your concierge for it, or look to the chat. It might be being dropped in the chat as well. This is the code that will save you additional money on the savings already for people that have signed up for the Jumpstart. All of the replays and the Jumpstart assets as well, including my slides that I've done throughout this week, workbooks, all that stuff that's included here, it will not go away for anyone that purchases. You will have access to it forever. You'll be able to get in and you'll be able to rewatch it, reuse the slides, download the content, print them out, make your own little booklet with everything in it, whatever you want to do. You'll have access to everything we've done and will continue to do this week throughout the rest of the Jumpstart. You'll also get access to a special live event Q&A with me on Saturday. Very excited there. There's a lot to go through. And I believe our treatment coordinator, Annie, will also be joining us for that. And she will be a big, big part of the course and everything that we'll be going through, okay? You'll also get an ebook of Current Medicine 3rd edition. This is our microcurrent textbook, so to speak. This is my copy here. You'll get an ebook version of this. This is like a Bible for microcurrent. All the protocols listed out in there, and you'll be able to follow them easily if you like books. You'll also get an ebook of our brand new Hache Protocol for Pain Resolution book. This is our big book released on Amazon recently, and you'll be able to get a copy of that too. An additional bonus. Okay, so I surprised my team right before this by changing this bonus and then adding another one. So I don't even have a slide for this because I literally decided it 5 minutes before. So anyone that purchases today, you have to purchase today for this. This is the 23rd of February in North America, because I know in Australia you're a day ahead. So you have to purchase today to get this bonus. But anyone who does will receive a downloadable self-care planner and a 90-minute training session with me. It'll just be a group training on this topic So you'll be able to secure your spot in the reset, but you can also get some group learning time with me as we work through a crucial component of the Hache protocol together live. And there'll be a replay for anyone who can't attend live as well. In addition, and the first 50 people to purchase with the pay in full option for the course or for the course on the device will get access to a 90-minute Ask the Doctor session with me and my dad, Dr. John Hache. So you'll be able to sit here with us live and we will just answer all your questions that you fire our way, okay? So there's a lot of stuff going on there, a lot of huge value for what we'll be offering in all of these bonuses. All of these bonuses are only for people that have signed up to the Jumpstart, right? So only by going through this Jumpstart are you going to get access to what I've just talked about. I want to summarize our refund policy as well, because this is super important. It's different than it is for our products. So on digital products, we cannot offer refunds. The reason for this is once you've purchased the program, you get all of the content instantly delivered digitally. And I believe you can even download the videos and save them to your computer. So there's no way we can offer refunds on the program. However, we're not going to change our refund policy for devices. So if you buy the program with the device and for whatever reason you're unhappy with the device, the standard refund policy for that applies. You can return the device itself within 30 days of receiving it. So you don't have to be concerned that it's 30 days from buying. You'll have it in your hand for 30 days. Now, standard 15% restocking fee applies here to the retail price of the device. So even if you're paying on a payment plan and you only do one payment, you want to return the device, you would have to pay the restocking fee as if you'd paid for the device in full. The reason for the restocking fee is that we're not actually allowed, due to regulations, to resell used medical equipment. So in the rare occasion that we do get them back, we actually have to destroy them. So this just goes to try and help cushion some costs of that a little bit. And until those regulations change, unfortunately, that's kind of where we're at. So I hope that makes total sense to people there. Okay, so let's talk about the actual program options, okay? So the Hache Protocol program only reset. So this is not involving the device. Here's what you get: 12 training modules and this comprehensive workbook here that you can download, print, do whatever you want with. Lots of stuff in here. You're going to get that to help you take ownership of your health and really master the 5 interactive elements of the protocol we've been talking about today. This last week. You get to learn at your own pace in our private learning portal. You get to receive support from our private Facebook community to keep you on track. And I know I'm getting messages. How do I get this? I'm going to give you the link shortly. Okay, just bear with me. Your burning questions are answered in 6 live Q&A sessions, each lasting 60 to 90 minutes with replays. So you'll be able to show up, and these are scheduled so that we have plenty of time for everyone to be able to attend them and make progress in between. This will help you get clarity and peace of mind on the spot. Plus, personalized treatment protocols with our treatment coordinators. For people that have microcurrent devices, this is amazing because it means that you can get treatment protocols for you, for your family, for your loved ones from someone that is experienced with this equipment and can offer you a lot of assistance. People will also be getting a special stress management toolkit thrown in as well, which is a list of resources that we have kind of approved for the Hache protocol that will be able to help you out. A nutrition management toolkit as well, with some nice, easy options in there that are really going to help people out. And 90-day access to the Hache Protocol private membership for additional support. Usually this is $100 a month. So you're getting about a $300 value there as well. This is where you get into the microcurrent, like crash courses. You get access to all of the training, all of that stuff. So all of this to be said that normally we would retail this program at $975. From the Jumpstart, you're saving $200, making it one-time payment of $775, and you're saving an additional 10% with that coupon code, or 3 monthly payments of $325 and the additional coupon code savings for the Jumpstart too. If you want the microcurrent device, you get the same stuff. This is your option 2, essentially. You're going to get the same stuff that we just went over, but you'll also get the Avasia Life Evolution Deluxe Kit. This is the Evolution device here. It is probably one of my favorite devices. I just think that it has all the features people need in it to be able to utilize this program. I should say that while there may be some value for people that have the Genesis device in this program, the issue with the Genesis is that it doesn't have the ability to stimulate the vagus nerve and access a lot of the elements that we normally would. So we don't necessarily recommend that you go for this program if you have the Genesis, unless you are interested in upgrading, which you totally have the option to do, or you just really want to know about the other elements of the Hache protocol, because those, of course, will all still apply. This pay in full option here is going to actually save you $500 plus an additional 10% with that code that we gave. So you could pay $2,495 minus 10% upfront one-time payment, get an Avasia Life Evolution Deluxe Kit, which usually costs $2,000, and get the program for $495. Or you can do 3 monthly payments of $995. Both options will receive the device right away. So even if you're on a payment plan, we will ship the device out to you after your first payment is made. Okay, what if you still have questions? Obviously, we're running into time here. Once again, if you know this is the right program for you, go ahead and register right away. I actually had I had a call at 10 o'clock last night from the office saying, we've got people already wanting to sign up. And we've had to just kind of hold them at the gates because we have to reveal this. It's only fair. But if you are interested in this program, go ahead and register. We've already had people as early as yesterday, as I said, when I mentioned that special bonus, calling me up to try and book it. It is first come, first serve though, right? So once the link is dropped in a minute, first come, first serve for this. Leo has also told me that he is holding a lot of people back too. So as soon as I reveal this link here, he will start to share his. However, if you have more questions about whether our reset program is right for you, I encourage you to reach out to your concierge to get access to the closed door meetings starting soon. This closed door meeting is not for questions about the Jumpstart so far. This one is for questions about the reset program I just went through, okay? We will have a different Q&A to cover other questions later on. Now, here we're ready. Okay, so if you've been working with Leo, please reach out to him right away for a link to register. We are super grateful for Leo's work, and we'd like to thank him for every one of you that he has helped. So he has a special thank you, Leo link. So just ask him for that, and you'll be able to purchase the program through that link. If you just want to get on right away and you've not been working with a concierge, then you can register direct. Just go to thehacheprotocolreset.com. Remember, we got a limited number of seats in general, but we also have limited bonuses here. So if you really want these bonuses, go ahead and sign up now. We'll get you all started on all of this. Now back to lesson 4, okay? Before I jump off and get ready for this Q&A I'm doing in a minute. I don't want people to stop doing their lessons here. The Jumpstart is still important, right? And we're still working through things. So as excited as I am to launch the program, I want to make sure we continue the great work we've been doing. So in your workbook on page 15, you're going to find space for you to answer the question below. Why is microcurrent such a powerful tool for healing and regeneration? And what could this achieve for you? Okay. Tomorrow, day 5, we're going to be continuing the Jumpstart, 3 cornerstones to resolving chronic pain permanently. So I hope you'll join me the same time tomorrow for day 5 of our Jumpstart challenge. We will be discussing the 3 cornerstones to actionably move forward toward pain resolution. Remember, if you have any questions, to reach out to your concierge, reach out to Leo. Our whole team is here to help you. So thank you, everyone. And I will see you in a Q&A in a minute, or I'll see you tomorrow for the next lesson.